Hi guys, and here, welcome back to episode 50 of Minecraft Survival for my single player world. And today we're going to do a little bit of a world tour of what we've achieved in the first 50 episodes and a bit of discussion about what is coming up in the next 50. And so let's dive in. And this is where we spawned. Well, roughly, I think it might be a little bit more over this way area, I believe, something like that. Or it might be a bit that way. It's in this area though. This is spawn. These are the spawn chunks. And this is where we started our world. And this is our first home, our first starter home. I tried something different in here. This is something more like in the forest. This is more like a greenery type place. All the builds we've got a lot of greenery around them and stuff like that. So it's more in with nature rather than more industrial type of thing. It's a quite a nice little starter home. Our first ever armor, our first ever enchanted armor. These are first diamonds, first emeralds, first pickaxe, etc. First bits of stuff we found, and our dragon egg. And our few first starting off workbenches and so forth. We've had a couple of chests here which have all thinned down now. I think I've got one white sugar box in there outstanding. But this is where we first created our home. And then we expanded this area. And around here, we have a few little farms we set up. So we've got beetroots, carrots, and then there's potatoes there and wheat. And then if we come down here, this is our first animal pen. Again, I tried to sort of focus on sort of the nature side of it. It's like you got these four wooden parts around the edge of it, which seem to lean into it. Can I get one to the top here? I can. Sort of like four like trees are sort of blending together, and a bit of wood in between, sort of like to fence animals all off. Got a couple of llamas in here as well. One of our donkeys as well. Just try to keep it small and simple and not go over the top. This was a birch forest, and obviously there's a few different trees of different types around the area. So as I've got different woods, I've put extra trees in around the area just to add it into it. And then we've got a little enchanting set up, again keeping with the theme of nature. Everything is done here. We had an enchanting setup at the Woodland Mansion, but this is our main one. We do it all here. So I've got some books and spare tools and so forth. Digital books. We tend to do a lot of our enchanting here. And then we bought these two little greenhouses. So this one is for pumpkins and melons. And then around here, we have one here, which was our first sugarcane farm. So we've got some supplies there as well. And then I think next, we came over here. We added in this pond. There was an axolotl in this pond, but I've not seen him about for a while. No, I think he's... Definitely went on land and wandered off, but I think if they're out of water for too long, they can die. So he seems to have disappeared anyway. And there's our fishing treasures, what we get from fishing here as well. And then what else have we done around here? We have... over this way. Added in, actually we're going down this way. We got our first storage room, which was put underneath the home. It wasn't massive, but it was big enough to get us going to start off with. A little bit of a smelting area at the end here, but all pretty much well organised. This is basically where all my end armour is as well. But a collection of stuff. I still use this occasionally as well, although we've got the main storage area now. This is more like a small temporary one. If we come down this way, we then added our nether portal in, which is like a little geode style build. I think I should have brought maybe some of the smooth basalt out further, but it's not a bad attempt for my first one of doing one of those. And that gets into the nether there. And then the only other build we've got out here, if we can get up this way, is up on this hill. And that's our iron farm. This was done in style of like a wooden, like a little, maybe a lookout fortress style build. What's overgrown. And that's the killing pit there. I think there's just a golem was just died in there recently. If I come around this way, there is a way to get up here. If I can remember what it was. Here we go. There we go. We've got 3 villagers. We've got a zombie over there. I've got a chest here which I do occasionally trade iron with these guys as well. Say that the golems drop down there, And then what we can do, if we pop down this way, we've got this little, again, little on the same sort of design as the iron farm. It comes down into here, and this is where our storage is for iron, what's collected. And we have got absolutely loads. Got this chest in here, so that's full. And that's this. I mean, this runs all the time with spawn. So I think that was. So yeah, I think I cleared out these out recently. So anyway, updated these here. But this was run constantly. I can switch it off at any point, just to cover up the daylight sensor, so the zombie is shut off. But this is what we started with. This was our first little starting area. Added to it over time. But it's a nice little home. Everything we need to start off with to get going. I think the sun is going down, so I'll sleep. And then we'll move on. We actually went out exploring as well. And that is where our world went after that. So I'll sleep. And then we'll head off in the path down that way to where we went next. So one thing I want to try and do in this world is actually make all the places connect together in some way, shape or form. And this was a little pathway I put down this way, because as we explored over this way, out in this sort of direction was the first village we met. And we came across. Now, I've gone against the idea of having a villager trading hall in this world. I've done them before in the past, but rather than have villagers all trapped in a 1x1 space with their workstation and nothing else, I've taking the approach that each village we come across will have a specific trade. So this village, first village we met over here, is a farming village. So here we've got our farmers and so forth, and other villagers will each have their own specific trade. Where you go to Zadir Wood, you will take your goods to a specific village and trade with them there. But this pathway, I've missed something. Along this pathway, or caving, I found my first spawner, a skeleton spawner. And when I built it, here we are. There's a little bit of an abandoned path here. On top of that spawner, I built this abandoned house. Or like a ruined house. Can I get up on it? So you basically got like the beams of this house. It's overgrown. It looks like a house used to be here, but it's all sort of collapsed and fades away, hence why a lot of the pathway is now overgrown. And then we come down into here. You have this deck, that door goes out into the cave. If I want to go back in there, there's a double spider spawner in there. But here is our first mob farm. Skeletons will go there, drop and land into here. Collect up goods from there. I keep all the armor. I'm a hoarder, so basically I've got all sorts of leather armor, gold armor. I've got some chainmail as well, bones, arrows, although I don't collect them anymore now. I do have a lava pit to chuck things in there. And then obviously I've got loads of bows as well in here. Skeleton spawn, there we go. They will all fall into there. I like the fact you can have this tinted glass now, and you can actually give you a chance to look and watch the mob farms in place and watch actually going. That one actually died landed, so it's coming along there and kill them and get XP. And likewise, there's a clock up there to tell me whether it's day or night. But there we go. Right. Let's leave here. But I say this pathway, it does go to the first village we met, and it comes up this way. Because this village is across water, I took this path down to the coast. And this is something, as I've been thinking about the world tour, of things which I've started but never actually gone back to. So that I did, I'll put a little shop, a couple of shops down here, have a little bit of a trading station at the coast here, and then this will come down to here. And here I wanted like a little dockmaster's house, maybe little stables to put a horse if you wanted to, and then you get in a boat. I'm not going to sail, I'll fly across a bit quicker, and then you then sail down here. And then this will go all the way around. And then you can see the path over there. And you'll come and land here at our first village. And this is the village of El Pastor, named by Heidi. And what I'm doing now is, if people want to name villagers, I will make them the mayor of the village. So each village, so this is our farming villages. So predominantly the trade here is farmers. Each mare is a librarian, and this is where my mending librarian is. That's Heidi, and she named the town. So I have different fields over here. Carrots, there's potato, a bit of wheat field on the side here where some seeds have settled. Some cows over here, and then wheat fields galore. That's our windmill, and in there we have storage for all our crops. I think that's beetroot on both sides there. But this goes up into here, and we have options there so we can store goods as we farm them. There's plenty of storage in there, so wheat in there and so forth, and then that goes right away up to the top. But this is my first windmill. I did a windmill years ago, and it was totally out of scale, the sails with the building. So this was my second attempt. I sort of took a design I saw off Pinterest, modified it slightly, but I'm very happy with how that came out. And you can see a big wheat field over here, wheat field over there. There's some pigs. There are some. Why is there some column in there? Oh, there's a couple of skeleton horses as well. When I found a few around here, we met our first skeleton horse trap, and there's pigs there as well. Some beds lying around at the moment, and you'll see these netherrack frames. These are for the remaining houses to be built in the village. So I've been redoing the village in the style, and the style over here is primarily these terracotta houses, black trim roofs. So that one's got copper. That one is the new cherry wood we got when we did 1.20 came along. What one's that one? That's entirely black stone itself. But all these houses will be of a similar sort of style of that. So that is I come along, get all these houses finished off like that style, and get all the pathways done. So it's marked out where I took the buildings down, where they're going to go. Why are you in with the chickens, sir? You seem to be a bit confused there. But I'll say this is our farmers' village, and we'll put a little market stall here. So all the barrels here for the farmers. So all come and gather here during the day. There's the mayor. Hello, Heidi, you're the mayor. She looks after all the emeralds. So we can come here, do all our trading, and there's barrels here to store extra goods we take when we farm and leave them here to trade. And then what's over here has been a more recent addition, and that's another village just to the south here, which I was aware of when I came to this village. We've only recently come out here, and this is Stonehaven, and this is named by Adela, and she is the mayor. I've cleared out the house there ready for a build. So there's Adela, and that is my efficiency 5, efficiency 4 book trade. But these are all stonemasons, and the idea is it's going to be our mining area, hence the name Stonehaven. And then coming down here, the plan is going to be we're going to build a mine entrance here, and then that will allow us to go mining for if I need stone or cobble or anything like that. I can go mining down there for it. Give this village a purpose there, and cooking away. Here's quartz, the smooth quartz. We've used a lot of that recently. We'll get to that in a short while. No buildings have been done here just yet. That was cleared out to put my first building. I've not gone to doing it yet. That will be coming up shortly. But this was one of the more recent villages that's joined. We've sort of taken over, and we're going to start modifying. So what I'm going to do now, nether portal by the way is there. There's no nether portal over there yet, I'm not putting in, but it will connect up. So there's I think there's 3 big projects I've got on the go at the moment. There will be a 4th when I get around to it, but there are, say there's 3 at the moment. There is the one I'm going to go to first, but this is one of the first big projects I started. This is my central railway station. You'll see there's some lines what are going off in all 4 directions, and the idea will be this will be one main central area what I can connect everything to on land. And this obviously being up here in the snowy area is more like an alpine scene. So this big central station, it's only recently had its floor and the walls put up and the second floor added. Got the main central nether hub, we'll go for the nether shortly. And I'm going to expand this more and more, so basically railway lines which go off. So that's a line in place so far. I need to make these glow, but that goes off to my cave base. the birch home forest, and then past that there's another village which we do about our lumber trading. That line will go off to El Pastor and then on to Stonehaven, and each of these lines will be labelled up where they're going to go. That's to the garden, the ocean farm. Sapphire Industries, we'll get to there shortly as well. They've got nowhere to go at the moment, but this is going to be our main central hub, so I'm going to have some more things decorated around here just to add more detail to it. And you can actually get up to the next floor as well. Again, I can add more things into there. But this was built over a number of episodes, doing it bit by bit, going up. I need a big light up there just to make that ceiling all glow up. I'm waiting for the whole of the copper ceiling to oxidize to green. And then you see there's 4 different colours there. They're the colours of the lines. We've got red, blue, yellow and green. And so we're sort of decorating this line to give us an idea what it would look like. And this is more the style we're going to be going for all the lines. Marks off what colour line it is, so it's clear and it's visible. And you can see out here we've got an alpine lodge, and this is going to be the sort of the theme for this area around here. So with some more lodges going all the way around these hills and the mountains. It's had this alpine vibe when it was up here, and I've got other areas like under here. I'm going to have a big lake as well. In fact, while we're here, I might as well go and sleep the nice way in this lodge. We'd actually decorate inside this lodge as well, made it all nice and like it's maybe like a lodge you might hire with some friends to go and spend some time, and then come out here onto the balcony obviously when it's snowing and overlook the landscape as well. And you see also one of the things we've got around here as well are sniffers. When 1.20 came along, we went out exploring and we met these 3 chaps here. And these have been with us, these are fully grown up. I was watching these when they were little babies, thinking that was a full size, so that was interesting to see. And then they grow up, so we're going to have these homed out here as well in the alpine area. We'll do a little farm for them because they produce these 2 plants. These are the 2 plants you get with 1.20. So you've got the pitcher plant, and you've got here the torch flower. And let's get some more of those seeds because I want to plant those in other areas around the world. So that's something what will be up and coming as well. And the idea I wanted the railways is just so, never really done railways before, so I thought it'd be a nice idea to try and build a railway network around the world. And this is the first line what got put into place. Need to sort out the speed gaps between them as well, because you speed up and slowing down a bit on it. But this takes us to our first station, and then only the station what's been built so far. And this is going to be our cave base down here. And here's our first station. Will stop here for us. And get there. Now that pathway, coal pathway, will continue on, and that goes out to the birch forest base as well. But I'm not put the line for that yet. But then coming down here, this is going to be a base. Especially if you're going to have a main base, this will be it for me. Let me just go max. So you see we've got a pathway going down there and then all the way down to the floor there. I want to do some more automated stuff down there as I go forward and put some more pathways in, expanding this all the way down here over time. But this is my main storage area. Let's go to the top part first. So these are all your main building blocks all along here. So you've got copper and stone, etc. Goes all the way around, and then you've got barrels on top for additional storage, and then barrels on top there if you want to put like saplings, more additional storage for the different sort of wood types and stuff like that. So there got stairs and cobble and stuff like that on there. So it all works in there, and you can bring things into here, put them into that chest, and then go off and also sort it, or you can stack some sugar boxes on top there, and then it'll take the contents from the sugar boxes and send them all around. And then underneath here is all the other storage. So there's things like stuff which is not bulk. So I've got all different colours here for different areas. So white, glass, panes, concrete, wall, terracotta. There's concrete and there's concrete powder. So all the colours of there. I've got a range of mob drops and then my different ores. And there's all the sort of stuff around here, and this is overflow. So anything what stone? Oh, missed that. Anything what goes through the filter system which isn't picked up in there will end up in that storage chest down there. But over time this will expand. We'll have more and more things down here. While we're down here, there's one other thing I can show you, and that is, don't think the stairs are in there for it yet. They are roughly right. The staircase goes down here and it goes all the way down to that floor there. I normally just fly down here, but I need to get this staircase put in place. There we are. I was trying to work out roughly where the staircase would go. This might still change. And then if I come over this way, there we go. There's another pathway down here, and you'll see some skulk down there. That is because down here we have an ancient city. I think since last time you were down here, I did say I was clearing out all the skulk because I have a plan for down here. Well, that has been continuing, and most of it is gone now. There's still quite a bit on the walls. There's still some left to be done, but a lot of this skulk is gone now. We do have an empty city, and I do have a plan for this. There's still a bit left down here this way. I have an idea what I want to do down here, which I'm not going to mention just yet. I'll keep it quiet. But it is a lot different when you take a lot of the skulk out. It does make a big difference. I come down here with a couple of hose, silk hose, collecting this up, and then I'm storing it. Although I think I've got enough stored now to last me for a long time. Still got quite a bit left to go. Actually, I thought I'd done a lot more than I had. I think it's more than the side I've been doing. But I've got long-term projects for down here, what I want to do. And say this will be one thing we'll be doing over the next 50 episodes, or at least starting it. I just want to wrap a couple of other things up first and get those complete. But it does make a difference when you start taking the skulk out, what's left. And how many ores it hides. There's quite a few diamond patches around. I've left them all in here for the moment. I'm not short on diamonds. Although with armor trim designs, probably need some more going forward. There's 4 patches there. So there'll be something for this coming forward. But yeah, we've got a nearly empty and cleared out ancient city. This was quite fun taking out and clearing out. I've still got some areas like this, these caves here, which I haven't fully gone into. See, there's still some of those sensors there, which are now triggering the warden's approaching, so I'll get out of here anyway. But I just thought I'd mention it here anyway, because this is part of the future. It's also what we've done in the first 50 episodes. I mean, things like clearing out the skulk in here, I'm not doing it on camera. I show what I was doing to start off with, and then I've left it at that, because in all my fairness, me going around with a hoe clearing out skulk, not the most exciting things. How do I get out of here? There we go. Right, I'll get out of it, get to the surface, and we'll go back to the train station, and we'll go through the nether into the next part. Okay, so we go through the nether. This is to what's going to be our main central nether hub, but nothing's designed just yet. But I've moved it main central part to here, because obviously this is where our main station is. The plan would be before pathways going off in each direction to where we want to go. So I think that way we'll head back towards. So that goes off to El Pastor, and that goes off to the Birch Forest place. That goes off to the end and our stronghold. I'm not going to go to the end. We've done absolutely nothing there. We've just gone to kill the dragon, and that is it. done nothing else out of there. I'll go there last. That is going to a woodland mansion. And again, that pathway will go out. That's got to go and get added on to this pathway, but that goes out to a village called El Pastor, not El Pastor, Etal. I've done nothing there again whatsoever. That's going to be a village full of fishermen. Again, I'm not going to go there. I've done absolutely nothing there whatsoever. It's just going to be there. That will be getting dealt with in the future. And that will be basically where I can go and trade fish with. And these fish are going to come from this place, which is down here. And this is a big hole in the ocean. This is one of 3 holes, or 2 at the moment. We've got a double guardian farm here. And so if you come and look over this way, I've done this off camera since when I did the episode on the guardian farm. But guardians will spawn, come here, they will end up coming in here, going up, along, and dropping to these 4 blocks here, where they can either die instantly or be one-hit kill. And if you come up here, that's 1 temple, which I've done nothing with so far. I put the floor in at the level I want, same as there. This one needs draining first and then removing. But on the other side is the first temple, which is gone. And the first guardian cage. And the other one is marked out here. So basically we'll have these 2 tanks in here on each side. And then the guardians will come along, get a funnel down into here. And then from here, they'll go down here and they get funneled through here. Going under the ocean. Here. And then around down to here, and then they'll come out into here as well. And then be the same likewise on the other side. So this come out here, that one will come out there. They'll both get funneled up down to that 1 kill spot there. And here we'll have a auto storage for their drops. And also storage for the blocks we can make, like the sea lanterns and the prismarine as well. And when I get a squid farm going, and for dark prismarine as well. But that's as far as we've got with this one. That was done in episode 48. But this will probably be one of the first projects where we'll get completed, at least the farms anyway. Then I want to decorate the floor, walls, and then I want to build something above it as well. Just to give it a bit more of a decoration above. But this, I want to see lanterns, basically. So having a double farm here, be an interesting project to try and do anyway. But basically the tanks work on the principle of there is bubbles which rise them up to the top. There's flowing water which goes onto the edge, takes them over the edge. Then they fall down into the water chutes which then feed them around. And they have actually stood down here when I first arrived, and I've seen guardians appearing there as well. So no, they are spawning over there and reaching here as well. So likewise I assume that will be the case over there. So this is a bit of an ongoing project, and say this will get completed, at least the main farms, in the next 50 episodes. So that is something to be done. That's why the fishermen will be there to buy the fish from that farm as well. And then I think the last place we can go is, I think alongside the railways, the biggest project I've got on the go. And it'll be a continuous project, I think. So I've got a lot of ideas for it. And what happens is, nearby we had a woodland mansion. So I'll get there, and we'll see what's happened to that. Here we go. It's called Mansion Farms there, but it's actually changed. There we go. Well, that's a mob farm, you can recognise that for starters. This is Sapphire Industries. This was a woodland mansion. Took it over and I've converted it. In fact, let's go down to the bottom level. Ah, this is still here. This was my first little hidey hole when I first came to Woodland Mansion. I had a little hidey hole just outside the mansion when I was clearing it out. That's still there. So this was a Woodland mansion. It's now Sapphire Industries. They are a business what came in, took over the mansion, modified it into this modern style looking. This is their head office. So there's farms on the first 2 floors. The top floor is their offices. And their plan is they're going to convert this whole area into industry of farms of anything what can be farmed in a different location to where the resource is. So the location is not important. It will be set up here. They'll be taking over everything. This forest will be going. This land all got dug out because the wooden mansion was sort of partly buried into the ground. That's all been dug out. We extended it as well because this was one corner cut off. So we built this big extension on the side of it down to here to create it, and it's all been done and now inside and out. I think actually below it needs a bit more structure put into it, but that's it. And then we've got this modern looking field. This is what I need the quartz for. We have smooth quartz everywhere. Dark oak ceilings. That's to go up, sort of like give it a nod to the wood of the mansion. And where we have the glowstone, we're going to change that for sea lanterns. Again, a lot of these torches will go, and sea lanterns will be put in place for the lighting. But this is what we've got so far. So we have a pumpkin and melon farm in place, up and running. I think you can come around the back here, and there's a minecart running around. I don't know where the minecart is at the moment. There it is. Picks up the goods, and then they go down below to the storage area. That was an AFK spot of mine. I tend to block myself in with dirt just to play safe. Over there we have a sugarcane farm, and again those goods get filtered down, and there's a piece of carpet on top of it. But we have these funnels will go down below to mass storage area, and we have a mob farm. Second floor, there's no farms, but I've completed the floor and the ceiling. I finally got that all done off camera because, in all fairness, it's a tedious process putting this all in place. But now that's all in place. The one thing with this is I don't know whether that's too much because I've got these plain dark oak strips of wood in it as well, where there is none of the patterns. But I'll see what it's like when I've added some more farms in place about how much that looks, or if that's too much. These 2 statues, I've got an idea where they're going to go. I've got a home for them to move to. Again, you can see the mob farm going all the way up as well, so you can keep watching all the mobs dropping off. And then we come up to the top floor, and these are the offices. And they've got this central garden up above. We'll have some more of the plants up here as well, just give it a bit more colour. And these offices will get built up and expanded. So this is the boardroom, and this is the map of Sapphire Industries. So the plan is a lot of these trees will be taken down, and they'll be placed with other farms on the outside. What are going to be inside the main building, and then we have a mass world map over there. And then on here, this is my tracker for the armor trims. So all the armor trims I've found, these are the main templates. You can make duplicates of the templates as well, but these are our main ones. Because I aim now to get all of these trims, there's a space for them all available going forward. We'll get some more desks and stuff in here to make it look like an office as well, same with the other rooms. And we'll do something similar for the pottery shirts as well. We'll get those mapped as well. And hello and welcome to the CIO of Sapphire Industries. Do you want to say hello? No, he's a bit grumpy. He's a bit of a power slave boss. But this little area is going to be his office back here. Although I think he wants it bigger, so that might actually have to expand out so we can have a bigger office. We'll get him an office in here as well. But this is where all the industry is going to go, where all my automated farms will be, under the guise of Sapphire Industries. And then if I come down here, in each of the corners, well there's 2 of them at the moment, but all 3 of them will have it. We got these little drops down to here, and this is sort of the underbelly of Sapphire Industries, and this is their storage for all the goods they produced. So around here, these from the mob farm. Is that third chest filling up? Oh, it's not quite filling up yet. We've got all the mob drops into here. That's our overflow chest of stuff. And we've got bamboo, which again the plans to farm will be bamboo. Pumpkins, which are coming quite nicely as well. I take these from here over to the El Pastor. Again, pumpkins we can get made up as well. Oh my god, I've got quite a lot to go and trade. So I'll take a trip over there. There'll be planned for a wool farm, sugarcane, and there's plenty of the space for other farms as well. I've got other ideas to put into here, so as they get built, they get put down. There's 4 filters which will drop down. There's a dropper which then puts it into a water stream on ice, which goes around, and they again get filtered into each of the slots. Here is like a landing pad, so if you're flying on the light rate, you can come and land onto here and walk in. Floor needs to be done, but we'll say now when the farms get up and running, I get my sea lanterns. I can then start working on the farms as well. And you also know as well, up here on the nether, we've got 5 beacons. Because in the nether, we found a nether fortress. Again, I've done nothing with it. I've not done much in the nether actually. I've not put any farms in the nether yet. But there's a nether fortress, which is trapped in a netherrack in the Soulstone Valley. And you get a large quantity of wither skeletons spawning there. So I spent about an hour and a half, and I got 15 or 18 skulls. I had 1 beacon set up at the time. But we've got 5 beacons now. I think we've got 6 skulls left for 2 more wither fights. But we set these up here, and they're the colours of Sapphire Industries. Let's come down this way. Because that's the banner of Sapphire Industries. Obviously the blue, the 2 blues and the white are the colours. But this will expand further, and there'll be more and more industry taking place, and less trees around the area, because they don't care about the trees, they only care about the industry. So I'll have to wait to see how they expand in the future, and I can't get up that way yet because those statues are still there. But that is what we've been doing for the first 50 episodes so far on this world, and like I say, going forward, my plan is for the next 50 episodes, I want to start wrapping some of these projects up. So I want to get the villagers decorated up and finished off. At least make sure each one's got a building style setting up, and then I'll start going around tidying them up and getting them completed. I want to get the gardening farm up and running completely, and then we'll start decorating that. Want to expand the railways more. I should get the railways in place over to areas, get stations built, so we can use the railways to get around as well as walking and flying. I also think about pathways, what we can put into there. Around the railway area, keep expanding that with the Alpine vibe going on over there. And then, of course, we've got the Ancient City with what I've got planned over that. And that will be coming at some point in the near future. I want to get that project up and running as well. And here, Sapphire Industries, with the CIO here, we will be continuing to expand, add more farms in. Now all the floors are done, it'll be easy now to start getting the farms in and getting the industry churning out. So expect more of that coming in the future. I think as well, outside see the sheep and the cows, we'll get them inside and we'll start getting them farmed as well, along with all the other farms we had planned for this area. But that is it so far, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the catch up about what we have done so far in this world. If you've got any other ideas what you think we should be doing here, let me know. I'm happy to take on people's suggestions. And then we'll take it from there. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new or haven't done already, ring the bell to be notified of future content, and I will see you all in episode 51. Bye bye.